Alright, and we back on the forecast. So, out in San Francisco, not too long ago, there was a brother who happens to be mentally ill named Sean Moore, who was at his own home and still ended up getting shot by the police. So, let's go back and see what led to this mentally ill brother being shot by the police on his own property.
What's going on?
What's going on? What the fuck you show up out here at this time of morning
I
about?
got a call for a service. Are you
I don't
okay?
give a fuck. I didn't call you. Quit showing up at my house and I didn't
Whoa,
call you.
whoa, chill out.
Get the fuck off my stair.
Hey,
Get
chill
the fuck
out.
off my stair. I didn't call you.
I got a call.
I don't give a fuck who called you.
The hell's your problem?
I didn't call you. I just put my garbage out. Get the fuck off my stair.
Hey, don't spit on me. Don't spit on me.
I didn't spit on you.
You did spit on me.
Bullshit.
Right?
Fuck your face.
Don't spit on me.
Don't fucking get on my stair and I didn't call you.
I'm right here.
Get the fuck off my stair.
Hey.
Get the fuck off my stair.
I'm not going to.
Get the fuck off my
Listen to
stair.
what I have to say?
Say your shit and get the fuck on, bitch.
Are you
Is that served?
Are you Sean Wendell Moore?
Yeah, I'm Sean Wendell Moore.
Okay. Do you know that you have a?
Do you know that you're a fucking liar, nigga?
Hey, well, this
I don't give a fuck about that shit. I just put my garbage out. Get the fuck off my stair.
No, no, not
Yeah,
gonna do
you're
that.
getting off my stair.
Or else what?
Or I'm gonna remove you.
Okay.
Are you threatening us?
I ain't threatening shit.
You
Get
just
the fuck
threatened
off
us.
my stair. I ain't
Sounds
threatening
like-
shit.
I'm not leaving.
No,
You're
You're
threatening
gonna
us.
leave. I ain't threatening shit.
You
Get
are.
off my stair.
Listen,
And I'm through
just
talking
relax,
to you.
all right?
I'm through talking to you, bitch. Get off my stair.
Listen,
Get the fuck off my stair.
listen.
Fuck your order. Get off my stair.
It's not our order, it's
I
a
didn't,
court order.
Fuck your court. I didn't call you. I
Well,
just
someone
put my
called us.
garbage out. Fuck your call.
Okay.
Fuck your call, bitch.
I appreciate that.
I'm tired of your fucking bullshit.
I've never met you
Get
before.
off my
Never
stair.
met you, sir.
I don't give a fuck who you met.
Why-
Get the fuck off
why-
my. You're intoxicated. Get the fuck off my
I'm not
stair.
intoxicated.
Yeah, you're high. Get off my stair.
No.
Fuck your
Are
joy.
you high?
Are you?
No.
Get your fucking ass off my stair, and I'm through talking to you.
No.
Bullshit. Talk to you.
Hey, sir, come back.
Fuck you people.
Sir, come back.
Hurry
just
up with
wanna
this
talk,
shit and get
man.
off my stair. I didn't talk to
Hey,
you.
so were you
Why don't you
violating
relax?
the restraining order today?
Fuck your order.
Today?
Hell no.
No. Well,
Do you see me around a toy? You ain't kicking shit, punk.
No, not yet.
Not ever. Now get your punk ass on.
So it says that you must not.
I don't
harass,
give a fuck
imitate,
what it
molest,
said. Do you
attack.
see me harassing, imitating, or
Well,
fucking with
I
Choi?
wasn't here.
I don't give a fuck. You see a Choi out here?
Yeah, I just talked to him. He
Where
said-
I don't give a
Next
fuck.
door.
Go fucking put my garbage on the truck. Fuck
No.
your garbage, man. I'm gonna go put my garbage can in.
So here's the thing.
He better put all of it in the truck too.
Why are you yelling?
Why are you on my stair?
Because I'm here to investigate a crime.
You ain't
Possibly
investigating shit.
I
Ain't no
am
crime here.
investigating. Yes,
I'm
I
gonna
am.
call and remove you.
All right, who are you gonna call? Oh, jeez. What is up with this week, man?
What does it say?
All right, so let's get out of here before you blast us with a shotgun.
What does it say?
It says he's got to stay 25 feet. It says he's got to stay. Right.
You better get your faggot asses on.
What's that?
Get your gay ass off my
Why do you have to call me those slurs?
Get the fuck from round here, and I ain't gonna tell you no more, bitch.
Hey, sir. So I gotta tell you.
I gotta tell you, get your faggot ass from round here, punk.
No, I'm not gonna leave yet.
You're done.
All right.
How we
What's
done?
it starting of?
Is that? Oh,
Show it in the light.
1310.
Fuck your
Sorry,
star.
1310. Officer
Fuck
Patino.
1310.
Yeah.
Get your faggot ass on, bitch.
No.
Yeah, we're
Fuck
attempting to
you.
make contact with the subject right now.
You ain't making shit.
So are you gonna listen to me, or are you gonna keep on?
I heard
like
you.
it?
Now get on. Did
Well,
you
what did
get
I
off
say?
my stair once?
What did I say?
Where were you going? Get
When
on
you
back.
walked
Get on
away.
back where you're going, fake cop.
Copy, we're sufficient.
So it says right here, if you're not, are you gonna let me finish?
Are you gonna get off my stair? 'Cause I didn't call
Eventually, I will get
you.
off.
But
your
get
stair.
off of it now. I don't want to hear that shit. I ain't fuck with your Choi. I put my garbage out. I'm sleeping in my fucking stair. Get
right.
your fucking gay ass on, bitch. And I ain't
So,
gonna tell you no more.
It says right here, you must
Yeah, I heard all that. Fuck you,
No, I
cop.
don't think you did.
Just let him finish
It's a
talking.
goddamn court date on the 11th. Get your
Listen.
fucking ass off my
People
stair.
are sleeping.
Fuck your people. Get off my stair. And I'm
Yeah.
through talking to you, bitch.
Obviously you're not.
Get off my stair, bitch.
No, we're not.
You are.
Actually, we're not.
You're gone. You're on my stair. Get the
Hey,
fuck off my
get the-
stair.
hey,
Get
you wanna
off
get
my
sprayed?
stair.
You come-
Get
listen.
off my stair.
Listen.
Fuck your spray. Get off my stair.
Keep it open. Keep it open.
Fuck off my stair.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Hey! Oh, fuck.
Fuck you.
Hey,
Mom.
give me the paper back.
Fuck you.
Motherfucker.
Fuck your paper.
What's up? Come on.
Get off my stair.
Fuck.
Fuck you.
Come here.
Son. I can't see, man. Get off my stair, dude.
I don't want to accept work. I got it. I don't want to accept work.
For a 408 request?
Yeah, let me get the air real quick. I don't want to accept work headquarters.
Yeah, this is headquarters. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the subject, we're attempting to make contact and go over the protective order against. He made aggressive movements toward us, so pepper spray was deployed against the subject. He then proceeded to continue to confront us. And I'm going to need a 408 for my partner for a pepper spray. He's a 26-year-old, conscious of breathing, pepper spray to the face.
Oh, fuck.
Copy that. 521 Capital.
It will be in front of 515, and the subject was pepper sprayed as well. But he was able to crawl back into his house and lock the door.
Hey, sir, you need to give those papers back, all right?
Alright, are you gonna go?
No, you need to give those papers back now. That is an order. I am ordering you to come outside, all right, and give yourself up, because you are under arrest. Yes. Sir, you are under arrest right now.
I can't see.
Neither can I.
Medical attention.
All right.
Come out of the house right now.
You're gonna leave from here. Fuck your paper.
It's 12 hour code 3 by 17 and 21st.
At 11 Edward, code 3 from the company.
You alright?
Yeah, I can see now.
Where did you get sprayed?
So,
Yeah, I
1 5 hour
like,
code
I
3
got
from the
hit
company.
Uh-huh.
in the eyes.
Copy that.
I thought I got hit a lot worse.
Come on out! Come on out! Come on out!
Hey, come on out.
Come on out! I'm gonna kick the gate open!
Hey, let's wait till
I can't see, y'all.
Well, then come on out so I can get some medic help for you.
Let's get this resolved.
Come on out so I can get the ambulance for you.
Let's get this resolved. I
Then
can't.
come out!
Yeah, you know what?
Come out! Hey! You! Alright, come on!
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Come on!
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Come on!
Come on!
Get over here.
Come
Get
on!
back.
I'm
Get
gonna
back.
kick your ass, Bob.
Let's go. Come out.
You're
What's our
leaving
20?
here.
Come out.
515 Capital.
Come out.
Fuck you, baby.
Hey! Get on the ground!
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground!
I ain't getting on shit.
Get on the ground!
I ain't getting on shit.
Yeah, the subject's gonna be about, he's gonna be BM about 6'4", about 275.
You're a liar.
And,
I'm
he's
got something in his
6 feet, I'm
hand.
210.
He's got something in his hand
Hey,
right now.
fucking-
Hey, come out! Get over here! Get on the ground!
1233 on the 8 only. 1233 on the 8.
Get out! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Oh! Shots
fired!
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
So, this brother, Sean Moore, who his family describes as mentally ill, who has been diagnosed as mentally ill, was at his own home when one of his neighbors called the police on him. Now, the police, who had already had multiple interactions with the brother Sean Moore, and the police were already aware that this brother had mental issues when officers Kenneth Cha and Colin Patino when they showed up to his home. The police initially said that Sean Moore attacked them, punching and kicking the officers until Officer Kenneth Cha had no other choice but to open fire. Even though the body camera shows differently, San Francisco Police Commander Greg McEachern said that Sean Moore snatched the restraining order from one of the officers and his partner deployed the pepper spray. At that time, they said Moore kicked one of the officers in the face and then retreated back into his home. Then after he came back outside, one of the officers hit him with a baton. Then Sean Moore stood up, turned around, and punched one of the officers in the face, knocking him off the stairwell to the sidewalk. And that's when Sean Moore advanced at Officer Kenneth Cha, who ended up firing his weapon as he fell off the stairs, quote unquote. Now, even though the video doesn't show any of this happening, they not only do not charge the officers with anything, they actually charge Sean Moore with a number of felonies and misdemeanors. And within hours, the San Francisco Police Union put out a statement blaming the new force of use policy, and are actually suing the city in an attempt to overturn parts of the new use of force policy. Now, luckily, after multiple surgeries, this brother survived. But after the body camera that clearly contradicts the police story was released, a judge had no other choice but to drop the charges on Sean Moore.
ABC 7 News reporter Vic Lee is live in San Francisco with more. And Vic, the Public Defender's Office is pushing for even more action, right?
Well, Dan, the judge did make some significant rulings yesterday from the bench in this officer-involved shooting case. And on the heels of those rulings, Public Defender Jeff Adachi wants the district attorney to, well, simply drop this whole case, saying his client wasn't breaking the law, it was the police.
A judge yesterday dismissed most of the charges in the criminal complaint that was filed against Sean Moore.
Sean Moore, the man standing at the top of the stairs in this body cam video from one of two officers. They were responding to a neighbor's complaint in early January that Moore was acting aggressively to a neighbor. The confrontation with the officers ended when he was shot several times after a scuffle on the top of the stairs. Moore was charged with numerous felonies, including assault on a police officer. His mother says he had several surgeries before being transported to jail.
We have not had a lot of contact with Sean because, I'm sorry, he stayed in the hospital for quite some time.
The judge dismissed all but 2 of the 8 charges: battery causing injury and a misdemeanor violation of a stay-away order from his neighbor. Public Defender Jeff Adachi says the judge's ruling means the officers were trespassing on Moore's property once he said this to them.
Get off my stair, bitch. No, we're not. You are. We're not. You're off my stair.
Mr. Moore was within his rights and demanding that the police officers get off his steps and leave him alone.
The DA's office tells ABC 7 News they'll review the judge's transcripts before making a decision on the case.
Once he told the police officers to get off of his property, they had no business even being there. Once he said, "Get off of my property," the police were breaking the law and violating his constitutional rights. But instead of the police having to be accountable for breaking the law, they said, well, we'll just drop the charges against this brother as a consolation prize. Now, during this whole situation, they never dealt with the fact that this man was mentally ill. They never offered any kind of help for this brother. And this brother, Sean Moore, eventually was arrested again and charged with several felonies, including a hate crime. He was charged with assault and making criminal threats against what I assume were white people, since they call it a hate crime. Now, the police had no problem charging this mentally ill brother with a hate crime, even though these officers who broke the law, violated this man's constitutional rights, and shot a mentally ill brother, did not get charged at all. But this is why we have to deal with mental illness in our own communities. This is why we need to build educational programs so that we can help people with a mental illness in our community instead of watching them be criminalized. And I'm sure we all probably suffer from some kind of mental illness, some kind of Stockholm syndrome. But we are the only ones that can deal with and solve the issues in our own communities. This is the reason why we need to be teaching our children how to become doctors, so they can help people in this kind of situation, so they can help people like the brother Sean Moore. We have a lot of untreated mental illness in our communities, and this is why we need to start building institutions to deal with it. This is why we need to focus on group economics so that we can build institutions to deal with situations like that, so that we can start protecting ourselves. This is why we need to take control over our own community instead of waiting on a group of people who criminalize those of us with a mental illness. They throw our children into special needs programs. And if we're hoping that one day they'll just change their ways, we're going to be waiting for a very long time. We are the only ones that can change our situation. Right now, we can elect a board of successful business people strictly in charge of funding and helping grow black businesses, black institutions, and we can all contribute to it, rich or poor, it doesn't matter. When we practice group economics, we can build our own schools, we can build our own hospitals, have our own doctors to deal with the mentally ill in our community. And most importantly, to protect ourselves and the institutions that we do build. We have got to learn how to protect ourselves. Now, I'm glad that this brother survived, but we're going to keep dealing with the same things over and over and over until we take action. The dominant society responds with more urgency to stay in the position that they are in than we respond with to get out of the position that we are in. At the end of the day, nobody is going to help us. We can only help ourselves. We are all we got.
Look that knife, stop it, hold that knife, hold it, stay right there, no, get off that knife, that's evidence.
This is the first time in city history we've been able to watch body camera footage of a fatal police-involved shooting. San Francisco police officer Kenneth Cha shot and killed 26-year-old Nicholas Flushy on May 3rd in a Subway restaurant near Union Square. Cha's partner's body camera shows the shooting more clearly. Both had guns drawn. Police say Cha took one shot.
No matter what the circumstances are, the loss of life is a significant event.
This all happened around 11:15 in the morning last Wednesday. Subway surveillance footage, also released today, shows Flushy holding a knife and stabbing a worker over and over again behind the counter. Witnesses say he was demanding a free sandwich. The victim survived his injuries.
We want to be transparent, and we want to report the facts as they are.
This is the first fatal officer-involved shooting under new Chief Bill Scott. Police-involved shootings have created a rift with public trust in the past. A series of shootings caused former Chief Greg Suhr to step down. Officer Cha, seen here after he shot a mentally ill man during a confrontation in January, will continue to be paid by the department during this investigation, which made for divided public comment.
I do not see that as in my best interest to continue to pay an officer that anytime he wants a vacation, all he's got to do is go out and shoot somebody.
Thank you for being there, because that could have been my daughter, you understand me? That was getting stabbed. So I want to thank you.
I don't really trust you people anymore.
Two Los Angeles police officers who shot dead an unarmed black man in 2014 are suing the city for alleged racial discrimination and retaliation after not being allowed to return to the field. The Los Angeles Times reported that officers Charlton Wampler and Antonio Villegas killed 25-year-old Ezell Ford during a confrontation. In a lawsuit filed in Los Angeles County Superior Court on Wednesday, the officers accused supervisors of denying their request to return to the field based on their race and the race of Ezell Ford.
Developing right now, a Boynton Beach community leader accused of making racial slurs at a city commission meeting, refusing to resign. This after the city's vice mayor requested she step down from the Community Redevelopment Agency Advisory Board. CBS 12's Yaremi Farinas shows us how social media played a big role in the resignation request.
I am not a racist. I love all people.
CRA Advisory Board member Cindy Falco DiCarado is now under the microscope.
I didn't do anything wrong.
She's accused of making prejudiced remarks to individuals who supported Boynton Beach becoming a sanctuary city. Last Friday, we first told you the city was looking into racial accusations. While the city council has yet to take action, today Vice Mayor Justin Katz asked DiCarado to resign. Part of the reason he's making her move on has to do with her social media posts. In one post, post, she agreed with Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore's statement that the last time America was great was during slavery, saying in part, quote, "Yes, it was hard, but it helped people in the long run." When I asked DiCarado about the post, she told me she misread the article.
I'm so sorry that I misconstrued in reading that, because I am not a racist, and I'm not for slavery, and I'm not for people owning anybody.
DiCarado's social media posts have some wondering what's the vetting process for people sitting on citizen boards like the CRA Advisory Board. City Commissioner Christina Romulus told me the process of appointing someone to a citizen board is normally simple because it's a volunteer position.
They usually just ask for maybe a resume or a curriculum vitae and see what their background looks like in terms of that.
Now, the issue might come up during today's CRA board meeting, which will go underway at 6:30 tonight. But even if it does, the board still cannot take action. Only the city council can remove a member from the CRA advisory board.
On both sides of the debate, whether or not you agree that race matters in this election or is an issue in this election.
Yeah, I'm going to hold it because I think there's some confusion behind the scenes. A woman by the name of Kathy Ray emailed me. We're going to put that email on the screen and then I'll comment after it. But I think it's fair for people to see what she wrote and get my response. I'll leave it at that. You need to be fired for the race-baiting comment you made tonight. It's okay for blacks to discuss certain subjects, but not whites. And then it goes on. Let's pull up the rest of it. Okay, so really, you are what I call a, now she tried to write the N-word, but she spelled it. I wish we would just put it on the screen. It's after 9 o'clock at night. People have the right to see it. She wrote Niger, not a black person. You are a racist, Niger. You are what's wrong with the world. And so I would say to Kathy a couple of things. Number one, you mischaracterized what I said. I didn't say that white people couldn't talk about race. Quite the contrary. We think that race is an authentic discussion to have. It's one we're having tonight because it's one many of you are talking about at home. And it's one that has clearly entered the Atlanta mayor's race. And that's why behind the scenes, my colleagues and I, white and black, we decided, hey, let's go for it, right? Because we do try to keep it real here, and I think we do a very good job of it. So I think when arguing with somebody, you have to be careful not to mischaracterize their viewpoint. So I won't mischaracterize your view either, Kathy Ray. I get it. On December 5th, 2017, you think it's okay to call this journalist a nigger. I don't. But I could clap back and say a few things to you. But instead, I'll let your words, Kathy Ray, speak for themselves. And that'll be the last word.
Run, nigga, run. A Pat's gonna get you. Run, nigga, run. You gotta get away. Oh, that nigga run and that nigga flew. That nigga lost his Sunday shoe. Oh, run, nigga, run. A Pat's gonna get you. Run, nigga, run. You gotta get away.